Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Rarest coins. Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating stories in coin collecting, at the 1967 no-mint mark Lincoln cent that recently made headlines with a jaw-dropping auction value of $713,000. Yes, that's $713,000 for just one penny. Let's break down why this particular penny is so valuable, what you need to look for, and how you might have one sitting unnoticed in your own coin jar. Segment 1. Background on the 1967 penny. In 1967, the U.S. Mint was under pressure. Due to a coin shortage, they temporarily removed mint marks from coins to discourage hoarding. So, every penny that year came without a mint mark, even those struck in Denver or San Francisco. That means no mint mark on a 1967 penny isn't rare by itself, a broken bar. But here's where it gets interesting. Segment 2. What makes this penny worth $713,000? The penny that sold for $713,000 was in pristine condition, A-graded MS67 plus, read by PCGSA, with incredible luster and no visible wear. Combine that with its historical context and collector demand, and you've got a perfect storm for a record-breaking auction. Only a handful of 1967 pennies have ever reached this quality level, making them ultra-rare and incredibly valuable to high-end collectors. Segment 3. What to look for in your pocket change. So what should you be looking for? Here's your checklist. No mint mark, that's expected for 1967. Full, sharp details on Lincoln's face and lettering. Brilliant red color with no signs of wear. No scratches or discoloration. If possible, get it professionally graded by PCGS or NGC. Show example of grading process briefly. Segment 4. Market value today. Most 1967 pennies are worth just face value, $1 cent, but a high-grade specimen can range from $10 to several $1,000s, and in exceptional mint state condition, like the $713,000 one, that's a life-changing find. Show viewer comment pop-ups. I found a 1967 penny. Closing call to action. Now it's your turn. Check your coin jars, your pockets, and your old collections. That 1 cent might just be worth a fortune. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more money-making coin tips. Got a cool coin story? Drop it in the comments below. I might feature you in the next video. Welcome back to the channel, where we dive into the hidden treasures in your pocket change. Rarest coins. Today, we're talking about a coin that's been creating serious buzz in the numismatic world, the 1978 Lincoln penny. It's a coin most people overlook, yet one rare version has reportedly sold for an astonishing $1.5 million. That's right, a simple 1 cent piece turning someone into a millionaire. Let's explore how this happened, what makes this coin so special, and how you can tell if you've got one of these valuable coins hiding in your collection. The Lincoln penny has been a part of American currency since 1909, introduced to honor President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. Over the decades, millions of Lincoln pennies have been struck by the U.S. Mint, making it one of the most circulated coins in history. The 1978 version, on the surface, doesn't look any different from the typical Lincoln cent. It features Lincoln's profile on the front, designed by Victor David Brenner, with the familiar words "A in God We Trust," "A Liberty," and the year 1978 on the reverse. You'll find the Lincoln Memorial with the words "A United States of America," "A E Pluribus Unum," and "A 1 cent." But the real story lies not in the design, but in the details. While billions of these coins were made, only a few have the unique qualities that send their value skyrocketing into the millions. What could possibly make a penny from 1978 worth $1.5 million? Let's break it down. First, condition is everything. The most valuable coins are those that are in mint state or uncirculated condition. These are coins that have never been used in everyday transactions and still retain their original shine and detail. Collectors and grading services like PCGS and NGC assign grades to coins based on their preservation, and a top-tier grade like MS68 or higher can dramatically increase a coin's value. Second, errors and varieties are key. Some of the most valuable coins ever sold are the result of minting errors, things like double dies, off-center strikes, and plankett errors. In the case of the 1978 Lincoln penny, a few rare specimens were struck on the wrong metal plankett, including one extremely rare penny believed to have been struck on a bronze plankett instead of the standard copper-plated zinc. This kind of error, combined with the perfect condition and possibly a unique history of ownership, can push the value of a penny from a few cents to hundreds of thousands, or in one rumored case, $1.5 million. The story of the $1 million 1978 penny begins with a collector who noticed something unusual. The coin had a slightly different tone and weight than standard 1978 cents. After sending it for professional grading and metallurgical analysis, it was confirmed to have been struck on a rare transitional plankett, possibly left over from earlier coinage runs. Add in flawless condition, rarity, and high demand from elite collectors, and the result was a private sale reportedly hitting the $1.5 million mark. While details of the buyer are confidential, this transaction has sent shockwaves through the coin community. So, how do you know if your 1978 Lincoln penny is worth a fortune? Here's what you should look for. First, check the weight. A standard 1978 penny should weigh around 3.11 grams. If yours is significantly lighter or heavier, that's a red flag that something unusual may be going on. Second, examine the surface and details under a magnifying glass. Look for sharp edges, clear lettering, and especially signs of dabbling or unusual metal coloration. If you think you have something unique, send your coin to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll analyze the coin's metal content, minting process, and condition, giving you an official grade that could unlock serious value. It's important to remember that not every 1978 penny is worth big money. Most are still only worth 1 cent, but finding a rare variant in top condition can be like winning the lottery. There are millions of coin collectors around the world, and when a rare coin surfaces, the competition to own it can drive prices to mind-blowing levels. Let's take a quick look at recent auction prices. While a standard uncirculated 1978 penny might fetch $10 to $50 depending on its grade, error coins or unique metal variants have sold for thousands. The $1 million sale is an outlier, yes, but it proves one thing: in the world of rare coins, even a humble penny can be a game changer. So the next time you're sorting through your change, don't be so quick to dismiss those old coins. Check the date, inspect the details, and always be on the lookout for anything unusual. That one penny might just be your ticket to a life-changing discovery. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We've got more amazing stories coming your way about rare coins, valuable finds, and how to become a smarter collector. And hey, if you've got a rare coin story or think you found a treasure, drop it in the comments below. You might be featured in our next episode. Stay curious, stay sharp, and keep hunting. Your $1 million penny might be closer than you think. Shorts or TikTok? Welcome back to the channel where we explore the incredible world of rare coins and valuable collectibles that could be hiding right in your pocket. Today, we're uncovering the story behind one of the most unexpected treasures in modern U.S. coinage, the 2060 Lincoln penny. Believe it or not, one rare version of this modern-day coin has reportedly sold for a staggering $1.1 million. That's right, a single penny from 2006 turned one lucky owner into a millionaire. Let's dive into the history of this coin, what makes it special, and how you can tell if your 2060 Lincoln penny is worth a fortune. First, let's talk about the basics. The 2006 penny is part of the iconic Lincoln cent series, which has been minted since 1909. The obverse, or front side of the coin, features the familiar profile of President Abraham Lincoln, a design originally created by Victor David Brenner. On the reverse side, up until 2008, the penny displayed the Lincoln Memorial, a design by Frank Gasparo that had been used since 1959. The D Mint mark on the 2006 penny stands for the Denver Mint, which produced hundreds of millions of these coins in that year. So at first glance, there's nothing rare or unusual about a 2006 penny. In fact, over 3 billion of them were struck and released into circulation. But as with many coins, the value isn't in the year or the quantity, it's in the rarity of a specific type, condition, or error. Now here's where things get interesting. A particular 2060 Lincoln penny has been reported to sell for $1.1 million. How is that even possible? The answer lies in a combination of extreme rarity, a minting error, and pristine condition, a trio of qualities that turn ordinary coins into legendary finds. In this specific case, the $1 million penny is believed to have been a unique mint error, possibly struck on the wrong plankett or containing an extremely rare double die or transitional metal composition. Even more, the coin was reportedly in flawless condition, professionally graded as MS-70, the highest possible grade on the Sheldon scale, a coin with no visible flaws, perfect surfaces, and exceptional detail. Let's break it down. First, mint errors are a huge factor in coin value. These can include off-center strikes, wrong plankett errors, double dies, and die caps. With billions of coins struck each year, a few slip through the cracks with mistakes that make them incredibly rare. The more dramatic and noticeable the error, the more valuable the coin can become. Second, condition is key. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70. With 70 being a perfect specimen. A 2006 penny in MS-70 condition is almost unheard of. Most coins from circulation show some level of wear or contact marks, but when a flawless error coin appears, one that combines modern minting technology with the one in a billion mistake, collectors and investors take notice, and when bidding begins, prices can skyrocket. Third, provenance and demand play a role. If a coin is certified by a major grading service like PCGS or NGC, and the story behind it is verified and documented, high-end collectors may compete to own it. That's what happened with the 2060 penny that sold for over $1 million in a private sale. The combination of its mystery, rarity, and perfect condition created the ultimate storm for record-breaking value. Now, how can you tell if your 2060 Lincoln penny is worth the life-changing amount of money? Here's what to look for. First, examine the coin's surface and edges. A high luster, scratch-free appearance is the first sign that you might have something special. Use a magnifying glass or microscope to check for doubling on the lettering or date, unusual metal tones, or off-center strikes. Weigh the coin as well. A standard 2006 penny should weigh about 2.5 grams, being made of copper-plated zinc. If the weight is off, that could suggest a plankett error or a different metal composition. If you think you have something out of the ordinary, your next step is to send it to a professional grading company. They'll authenticate, grade, and encapsulate the coin, and their certification can dramatically increase the value of your find. Let's not forget, the vast majority of 2060 pennies are only worth face value 1 cent. Even those in good condition may fetch just a few dollars from collectors, but that one rare error coin, in perfect condition, broke the mold and captured global attention with its $1.1 million price tag. It just goes to show that even modern coins can be incredibly valuable under the right circumstances. So take a few minutes to check your pocket change, look through your coin jars, or revisit your old childhood collections. That unassuming penny from 2006 might just be the key to unlocking a small fortune. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful or inspiring, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more stories about rare coins, unexpected treasures, and how to turn spare change into serious cash. Drop a comment if you've ever found a rare coin or think you have something special. Your story could be featured in our next video. Until next time, keep collecting, keep searching, and never underestimate the power of a penny. Shorts. Welcome back to the channel that uncovers the hidden value in everyday coins and tells the stories behind the pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters you might be overlooking. Rarest coins today. We're taking a deep dive into the fascinating world of the 1966 Lincoln penny. That's right, a coin you've probably seen 100 times could be worth far more than you imagine. In fact, one rare 1966 Lincoln penny has reportedly sold for an unbelievable $1.6 million. So what makes this particular penny so valuable? And could you have one sitting unnoticed in your collection? Let's start with the history of the 1966 Lincoln cent. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first regular issue U.S. coin to feature a real person. The original, designed by Victor David Brenner, has remained a staple on the obverse side of the coin for over a century. By 1966, the design remained largely unchanged. On the front, you'll find Lincoln's profile with the words "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the year 1966. On the back of the coin is the Lincoln Memorial, introduced in 1959 to replace the original wheat ears design. It was designed by Frank Gasparo and remains one of the most iconic reverse sides in American coin history. Now here's something important about coins from the mid-1960s. During this time, the United States Mint was undergoing major changes due to a national coin shortage. As part of the effort to stabilize coin production and reduce hoarding, the Mint removed mint marks from all coins produced in 1965, 1966, and 1967. That means even though these coins were struck in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, none of them bear a mint mark. This was a unique moment in coinage history and makes coins from these years slightly more intriguing to collectors. So, how does a 1966 penny A with no mint mark and over 2 billion struck A become one of the most valuable Lincoln cents of all time? The answer lies in a rare combination of mint errors, exceptional condition, and collector demand. In the case of the penny that reportedly sold for $1.6 million, it had all of these qualities and more. Let's talk about the error. Rare coin errors are some of the most sought-after pieces in the numismatic world. The $1 million 1966 penny is believed to have been a major mint error, possibly struck on a transitional plan kit or featuring an extremely rare double-die obverse. Transitional errors occur when a coin is struck using a blank from a different year or metal composition, typically during times when the mint is switching materials. These mistakes are incredibly rare and often escape detection for decades. Now let's look at the condition. This particular 1966 penny was said to be in pristine, mint state condition, A graded MS67 or higher by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. That means it had full original luster, no visible scratches, and exceptional detail. A coin like this is extremely rare because most pennies from that time have been through years of circulation and show significant wear. Add to that a perfect storm of rarity, condition, and historical significance, and you have a coin that collectors are willing to pay top dollar for. The one that sold for $1.6 million reportedly went through a private auction, where elite collectors competed fiercely to add this once-in-a-lifetime piece to their collection. So how can you tell if your 1966 penny is worth more than face value? Here are some things to look out for. First, examine the coin's color and surface. A bright, red-toned penny with sharp details and no visible wear is always more valuable than a dull, brown one. Next, inspect the lettering and date for signs of doubling. If you notice any unusual thickness or blurring in the words or numbers, it could be a double die error. Weigh the coin as well. A standard 1966 penny should weigh around 3.11 grams. If your coin is heavier or lighter, that could be a sign of a plan kit error. If you find a coin that meets some of these criteria, consider having it evaluated by a professional grading service. The certification and grade will help determine its true market value and give you a better idea of whether you're holding a common coin or a hidden treasure. It's worth noting that while most 1966 pennies are worth only 1 cent, high-grade examples can sell for anywhere from $5 to $50. Rare errors and top-graded coins, however, can bring in thousands, and in extremely rare cases, like the one we've been talking about today, they can be worth more than $1 million. So don't overlook your change. Take a second look at those old pennies in your drawer, your piggy bank, or your inherited coin collection. That one ordinary-looking cent from 1966 might just be the next $1 million coin. Thanks for joining us on this fascinating journey into coin collecting. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button for more stories about valuable coins, history-packed collectibles, and how to spot hidden gems. If you think you found a rare coin or have a unique coin story, Share it in the comments below. We'd love to hear about your finds and maybe even feature them in an upcoming video. Until next time, keep searching, keep learning, and remember, sometimes the smallest coin can carry the biggest value. Let me know if you'd like this formatted for a blog, podcast, or short-form content as well. Welcome back to the channel where we uncover the hidden treasures hiding in plain sight, how the coins in your pocket, the change in your jar, and the pennies you've walked past for years. Rarest coins. Today's spotlight is on a coin that many people overlook, the 1977 Lincoln penny. It might seem ordinary at first glance, but one rare version of this coin has reportedly sold for an unbelievable $1.3 million. That's right, a coin you could have spent on gum is now worth more than most houses. So how does something as small and simple as a 1-cent piece from 1977 become so valuable? Let's dive into its history, what makes it special, and how you can tell if you've got one of these rare coins in your collection. Let's start with the basics. The Lincoln penny has been a constant in American currency since 1909. It was first introduced to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, and it became the first regular-issue U.S. coin to feature a real person. Designed by Victor David Brenner, Lincoln's profile has remained on the obverse side of the penny ever since. By 1977, the design featured the familiar Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, a design by Frank Gasparro that was first introduced in 1959. This reverse would be used until 2008. On the front, you'll find Lincoln's image facing right, with the words "In God We Trust" at the top, "Liberty" on the left, and the date 1977 on the right. If there's a small D under the date, that means the coin was minted in Denver. If there's no mint mark, it came from the Philadelphia Mint. Now, in terms of sheer numbers, the 1977 penny is far from rare. The U.S. Mint struck over 4 billion of them that year, with both the Philadelphia and Denver mints producing massive quantities. That means most 1977 pennies are only worth their face value, 1 cent. But every so often, a coin is struck with a unique error, or it survives in absolutely flawless condition. And that changes everything. The 1977 penny that reportedly sold for $1.3 million wasn't just any coin. It was a perfect storm of rarity, condition, and error. First, let's talk about condition. Most coins you find in circulation have scratches, dings, and signs of wear. But this particular penny was certified in mint state condition, A graded MS67 or even higher by a professional grading company like PCGS or NGC. That means the coin was preserved perfectly from the moment it left the mint. No scratches, no damage, full red luster, and sharp details. That alone makes it rare, but not yet worth millions. What pushed this penny into the $1 million range was a mint error so rare that only a handful may exist. It's believed this specific 1977 penny was struck on a bronze plankett left over from earlier minting years, a traditional error. Starting in 1982, the U.S. Mint switched from using a copper-based alloy to a cheaper zinc core with a copper plating. But in rare cases, especially in earlier years like 1977, plankets from older batches may have been used by mistake. That makes for a unique metal composition that shouldn't exist for that year. Combine that transitional metal error with the flawless strike and full red color, and you've got a 1 in a billion coin. It was sold privately through an elite coin broker, and the buyer, an anonymous collector, paid a reported $1.3 million for it. This kind of transaction is rare, but it proves just how valuable a so-called ordinary coin can be when it's truly exceptional. So how can you tell if your 1977 penny is worth a fortune? Here's what to look for. First, inspect the coin's condition. Is it bright red with no wear? If so, you may have something worth grading. Second, weigh the coin. A standard 1977 penny should weigh about 3.11 grams. If yours weighs more or less, it could be a sign it was struck on a different plankett. Third, examine it closely under a magnifying glass or microscope. Look for doubling in the date, letters, or Lincoln's face. Die cracks, off-center strikes, and missing elements can also increase value. If you find anything unusual or if your coin is in exceptional condition, it's worth sending to a professional grading service. For a small fee, you can get the coin certified, graded, and slabbed. That not only gives you peace of mind, it can also open the door to serious offers from collectors and investors. Now let's talk market value. Most 1977 Lincoln pennies are only worth a penny. Even uncirculated versions might sell for a few dollars, but a mint error, a double die, or a transitional metal piece in perfect condition, that could be worth hundreds, thousands, or in this extraordinary case say over $1 million. This is why coin collecting remains one of the most exciting hobbies in the world. It's part history lesson, part treasure hunt, and sometimes part lottery ticket. The idea that something so small could carry so much value is what keeps collectors searching, keeps coin shows busy, and keeps videos like this one so important to watch. So the next time you're digging through your change, don't overlook that old penny. Take a closer look, study the date, feel the weight. You might be holding a coin that could change your life. Thanks for watching and being part of this amazing journey into the world of rare coins. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. We've got plenty more stories like this, from $1 million dimes to hidden treasure nickels. And if you think you found a rare coin or want to share your story, drop it in the comments below. You just might be featured in a future video. Until next time, keep collecting, keep learning, and remember, sometimes, it's the smallest coin that brings the biggest surprise. Let me know if you'd like this adapted into a YouTube video description or formatted for a voice-over script. Welcome back to the channel where we uncover the hidden value in everyday coins. What if I told you that a penny from 1967, a coin most people ignore or toss in a jar, could actually be worth as much as $1.7 million. That's not just pocket change anymore. Rarest coins, that's the kind of money that changes lives. Today, we're diving deep into the incredible story of the 1967 Lincoln penny, how it came to be, what makes it valuable, and how you might be holding one of these rare coins without even knowing it. Let's start with a little history. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The coin featured Lincoln's profile on the front, designed by Victor David Brenner, making it the first regular-issue U.S. coin to feature a real person. Over time, it became one of the most iconic and widely circulated coins in American history. By 1967, the reverse of the coin featured the Lincoln Memorial, a design introduced in 1959 to mark Lincoln's 150th birthday. This version was created by Frank Gasparo and remained on the back of the penny until 2008. So, visually, the 1967 penny looks just like most other Lincoln Memorial pennies from that era. But here's where things get interesting. During the mid-1960s, the U.S. Mint was facing a nationwide coin shortage. As part of the solution, they temporarily removed mint marks from coins in 1965, 1966, and 1967. That means every 1967 penny you find will have no mint mark, regardless of whether it was produced in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. This was done to discourage coin hoarding, which was causing the shortage. So technically, a 1967 penny with no mint mark isn't rare. Billions of them were made. But not all 1967 pennies are created equal. The key to the incredible value behind the $1.7 million 1967 penny lies in a few critical factors: rarity, error, and condition. Let's take each of those one at a time. First, rarity. While billions of 1967 pennies were produced, only a very small number are known to exist in perfect mint state condition. Even fewer show signs of rare minting errors. And when you have a coin that is not only rare in terms of condition but also features a striking error, you've got a potential treasure. Second, minting errors. The most valuable 1967 penny ever sold was believed to be a one-of-a-kind or extremely limited mint error. Some experts believe it was struck on a silver planchet, meaning it was accidentally minted on the blank used for dimes or half dollars instead of the correct copper alloy. Others suggest it may have had a dramatic double die strike or a die cap error, giving it unique characteristics. These types of errors can result in coins that look slightly different in color, weight, or strike detail. Now combine that error with our third factor, condition. This penny was professionally graded as MS67 or higher, meaning it was in nearly flawless mint condition. No scratches, no signs of wear, and full original red color. It was preserved in such a perfect state that collectors were willing to bid big money for it, and in a high-stakes private auction, it reportedly sold for an unbelievable $1.7 million. So, how can you tell if your 1967 penny might be worth a fortune? First, examine the coin's color. Lincoln pennies are graded by their tone: red, red-brown, or brown. A full red coin, with its original copper shine intact, is worth more than a dull brown one. Next, look at the coin's details under a magnifying glass. Are the letters and date sharp? Are there any signs of doubling, especially on the numbers or Lincoln's face? Doubling can indicate a double die error, which increases value. Also, weigh your penny. A typical 1967 penny should weigh about 3.11 grams. If your coin is significantly heavier or lighter, it could have been struck on the wrong plankett, which is a rare and valuable error. If you believe your coin has any of these features, it's worth sending it to a professional grading company like PCGS or NGC. For a small fee, they'll authenticate or grade the coin, placing it in a secure holder with a label that proves its grading status. That certificate is what serious collectors and auction houses look for when considering high-value purchases. Now let's talk about the current market. Most 1967 pennies are still only worth 1 cent, or maybe a few dollars if they're in good condition. But high-grade examples, especially those with verified errors, can sell for hundreds, thousands, and in this rare case, over $1 million. Coins like this are extremely rare, but they do exist, and they've turned ordinary collectors into millionaires overnight. The beauty of coin collecting is that it mixes history, treasure hunting, and a bit of luck. Every coin has a story, and sometimes that story is worth far more than anyone could have imagined. The 1967 Lincoln penny is proof of that. So the next time you're going through your spare change, don't ignore those old pennies. Take a second look. You never know when you might be holding a 7-figure piece of history in the palm of your hand. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more amazing stories about valuable coins, hidden treasures, and the rich history behind the money we use every day. Got a coin you think might be rare? Drop your story in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you and maybe even feature your coin in a future video. Until next time, keep collecting, keep learning, and remember, even a penny can be priceless. Let me know if you'd like a shorter version for YouTube Shorts, a voice-over script, or a professional video description.